This is a presentation about IBASI Healing Ministries and the spiritual director, Reverend Dr. Devi Nostrum, also known as Swami Nostrumananda. Beyond any particular faith or creed or denomination, the charismatic path to God is beyond all times and all cultures and all creeds. The liturgical services are charismatic, akin to the Christian Pentecostals, and spiritual preceptorship is offered for those souls on the path to self-realization and liberation. The core scriptures are the Gospels of the Bible, but it's not limited to that. I accept all the writings of saints from all cultures and times and their documentation of their experiences of their relationship with Christ and with God, as well as the Hindu Vedas, Upanishads, and Agamas, primarily those that are core foundational texts of Kashmir Shaivism, which was the philosophy and religion that the Muktananda Nityananda Hindu lineage followed. So the core texts would be the Bhagavad Gita, Guru Gita, Siva Sutras, Spanda Karikas, Pratyabhinja, Hrdayam, Vijnana Bhairava, and the Isvara Pratyabhinja Karika. All these have to do with spiritual practice, the supreme self, the recognition of self, actual practical exercises on disciplining of the mind, and not the nature of God as a non-dualism. Bhagavad Gita is considered the Christian equivalent of the Bible. It is a very fundamental, very important core text, but by no means the only that would be useful for a spiritual preceptor in trying to purify, uplift, and reveal the scriptural truths to their group. Nyaneshwara's Gita I favor over all other Bhagavad Gitas with commentaries. His is the most beautiful, in-depth, precise, clear, and it's a magnificent interpretive work of the Bhagavad Gita. Siva Sutras are the revealed knowledge directly from God to a yogi in the times of antiquity that revealed the highest truths of the supreme identity. Spanda Karika is about the divine creative pulsation. And so this being an integrative philosophy, we accept and recognize and delve into God the immanent and the God transcendent. The Bhakti Sutras and the Vijnana Bhairava are a couple of other core texts here at IBASI Healing Ministries. The important point being that folks all have inherent talents and capabilities and temperaments. So Bhakti Sutras denote the path of devotion, praising the Lord through the arts, through music, through song, through chant, through poetry, classic ways of devotional yoga. And this is a very gentle, perhaps longer way, path to God realization. There are several different main paths, and Bhakti yogas are most certainly an indispensable attribute of the spiritual pathwork to God. Others are karma yoga, such as seva or selfless service, which is yoga in action, and jnana yoga, which is the more intense and shorter path of the intellect, of recognition and realization of God through the sheer power and control of the mind. All of these are important facets of pathwork with IBASI Healing Ministries. A classic example of that would be the Vijnana Bhairava, another core Hindu scriptural text. Is very practical, 112 separate meditation exercises in developing strength and focus and concentration of the mind, be it for any of the different yogic paths, being jnana yoga, yoga of the intellect, raja yoga with meditation, mantra, and state or presence of grace, be called samadhi, or the yoga of karma yoga, being selfless service and work, duties, or bhakti. In truth, all paths lead to the same ultimate realization of Christ consciousness within and without, even though the paths may be varied and suited to each individual's tendencies and strengths and God-given talents and abilities. A couple more core texts that discuss the nature of the self in terms of the highest self, and the path work is the work of self-recognition. So this is the more the intellectual path work, strength person.